Joe Biden, the president-elect, will have a full to-do list when he takes office on January 20th. According to Biden, getting this virus pandemic under control and rebuilding the U.S. economy are at the top of his list. Biden stated this week that his transition team is already hard at work at putting plans in place. The Biden-Harris transition team announced the creation of the COVID-19 Advisory Board, which is a group of public health experts to consult with Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. Biden stated this week, and I quote, "Dealing with the coronavirus pandemic is one of the most important battles our administration will face, and I will be informed by science and by experts." With that being said, Joe et al.'s hopes for another stimulus package and a second round of stimulus checks are reviving after Joe Biden secured enough electoral votes to become the president-elect. Now, with many of the pandemic aid programs running out of money or expiring at the end of next month, many American households are going to face heavy financial hardship if the government does not step in and get something passed soon. Now, some political analysts state that it's likely another stimulus bill will pass, but the unknowns include its size and timing. However, on a positive note, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell in a recent press conference stated he wants another stimulus package and that he would like a package deal passed before year end. However, guys, my suspicion is that even if this is the case, any package passed during the lame duck session, which is the time before the newly elected members of the Senate and House take their seats in January, any package passed during the lame duck section is likely to be far smaller than the $2 trillion sought by Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. Now, Republicans may push for a smaller package given Pfizer's announcement on Monday that its human trial suggests its coronavirus vaccine is 90% effective at preventing COVID-19 infection and people not known to have had the virus already. So the argument would be that a widespread rollout of an effective vaccine would stimulate parts of our economy that have been hit hardest by the pandemic, such as the airline and hospitality industries, and that the vaccine would alleviate some of the need for government support. Here's my thing, Joe et al. The damage has already been done. I mean, think about it. These business industries are already in a huge financial hole. Millions of Americans are already behind on rent, mortgage, and other financial obligations. For myself personally, I see a vaccine at this point as helping to stabilize our situation so that things don't get worse and spiral more out of control. But things are not just going to magically go back to normal overnight. People need help and we should help them now. Just my thoughts. Now, just to recap what's been happening the last several months, House Democrats and the Trump administration have found themselves divided on a number of issues ranging from the size of the stimulus package to the priorities in the package. For example, Democrats are seeking funding to support states and local governments, which are facing massive budget shortfalls from the pandemic, as well as the restoration of the $600 in weekly supplemental unemployment benefits. Now, Republicans, on the other hand, argue that the $600 in unemployment benefits are a disincentive for people to return to work, and that the funding for states and local governments is some sort of bailout for poorly ran cities and states. Also, for months, Republicans and Democrats have disagreed on the size of the next stimulus package. We have heard proposals ranging from $500 billion to $2.2 trillion. Now, Mitch McConnell had floated a slimmed down proposal from Republicans known as the skinny bill, which was for $500 billion, but that package did not include a second round of stimulus checks. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic-controlled House had passed a $2.2 trillion stimulus bill in October, and the White House countered that stimulus bill with a $1.8 trillion proposal. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi rejected the $1.8 billion offer, arguing that it did not do enough for provisions such as testing and tracing, as well as funding for childcare. Now, earlier this month, Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said the administration's priority is to use $300 billion that was left over from the CARES Act to fund the Paycheck Protection Program with $130 billion, as well as to provide aid to the ailing airline industry. Now, Republicans and Democrats have agreed on a handful of issues such as replenishing the Paycheck Protection Program, as well as providing another round of stimulus funding for low and middle income families. Now, the CARES Act, which passed earlier this year, provided the first round of stimulus checks, which gave $1,200 for single taxpayers and up to $2,400 for married couples, as well as $500 for dependent children. From the talks that have occurred so far, we are hoping for the same payouts for individuals, families, and children. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, 1 in 3 U.S. adults struggle to pay for basic expenses like food and rent at the end of September. This is scary, guys. This is not good. Additionally, many top-leading economists have warned that failing to inject another dose of fiscal stimulus could stall the U.S. economic recovery and make things worse. Now, job growth in the United States is slowing as big businesses continue to lay off workers, while the airline industry has cut tens of thousands of jobs just within the last month. With that being said, guys, I pray that our politicians stop playing the blame game, stop playing politics, and let's come together and get a bipartisan stimulus package done for the American people. But if I'm keeping it all the way honest with you, Joe-Dolls, while it's likely that we will see another round of stimulus checks as well as a second stimulus package, I would say don't count on receiving anything until early 2021 with all of the politics surrounding the recent election. I sadly don't see much getting done the rest of 2020. So there you guys have it, an update on the second stimulus package and where we stand on getting a second round of stimulus check. If you found value in this video, please tap on that like button and share this video with others on social media. It goes a very long way in helping to support and grow the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as I'm posting valuable new content every week. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.